गुजरात की कैबिनेट की बैठक में यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड के अमलीकरण के लिए एक कमेटी का गठन करना ये तय किया है.
The spotlight is back on Uniform Civil Code. The outgoing cabinet of the Gujarat government, under a retired High Court judge, has constituted a committee to evaluate all aspects of the Uniform Civil Code. Hailed as a historic step by Modi, Amit Shah and Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel, is UCC committee a masterstroke by BJP in Gujarat? Well, the jury is out on that, but surely the rhetoric around this issue could end up in vote polarization. But do people understand that these kind of committees on Uniform Civil Code will hardly serve any purpose? So first, let's understand what is a Uniform Civil Code. It is a set of laws that govern the personal matters like marriage, adoption, inheritance and succession. Article 44 of the Indian Constitution states that the states shall endeavour to secure for all the citizens a uniform civil code throughout the territory of India. But since this article comes under the directive principles of state policy, it is not mandatory, but it is just a set of guidelines. Personal laws of both Hindus and Muslims are based on their religious texts and scriptures. The introduction of a UCC is likely to annul all such codified laws and bring in a law that would be common to all the citizens. Goa is the only state in the country to have a common set of laws for its citizens, which may be seen as a uniform civil code. The other states which are mulling over bringing in a uniform civil code are Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat now is the latest to the list.
There is no draft of what a uniform civil code will be like. Before every election, various states have announced that they will have a panel which will study the problem and make recommendations, but we are yet to see any output from any panel. And all these state governments which keep speaking about bringing together a uniform civil code are essentially talking from the top of their hat. That is because you cannot have 22 states or 26 states each having a uniform civil code and then say it is uniform. If such legislation has to come in, it would possibly have to come in at the central level. Otherwise, you will have anomalous situations where a marriage may be allowed under one state's civil code but not allowed another, or a divorce may be complete in one state but not complete in another. It would call for chaos.
The Law Commission of India in 2018 had urged the legislature to consider the equality between men and women first and then later on consider equality between the communities. The Law Commission also said that the Uniform Civil Code is neither necessary nor desirable at this stage. The Commission submitted a paper on reform in family laws and said most countries are now moving towards recognition of difference, and the mere existence of difference does not imply discrimination, but is indicative of a robust democracy. In the absence of any consensus on Uniform Civil Code, the Commission said that the best way forward would be to preserve the diversity of personal laws, but at the same time ensure that personal laws do not contradict the fundamental rights guaranteed under the Constitution.
Let's assume that we want a uniform civil code which encompasses all portions of social life, including marriage, succession to property, and the dissolution of marriage, divorce. Now, if you were to say that uniformity would be achieved by compulsorily making all communities follow the Hindu law on the point, that obviously is not a uniform civil code. That is a uniform Hindu code applicable to everyone. The point is that the UCC is basically convenient political shorthand for saying that Muslims will not have bigamous marriages. That actually seems to be the only politics behind it.
So is BJP trying to mount a political pitch around Uniform Civil Code, which according to many is a communal one couched in the language of progressive gender justice? Is BJP trying to further its majoritarian agenda?
Gujarat government has announced to form a committee for implementation of Uniform Civil Code exactly at the time of election. Such kind of decision or such kind of announcement will definitely help BJP for Hindutva trump card as well as the Hindutva voters, because nowadays Aam Aadmi Party is penetrating a lot across the rural as well as some part of the city area. So it is going to be a vote polarization between BJP and a Congress voters. So this polarization will indirectly help to BJP ruling government.
All India Muslim Personal Law Board says that the Uniform Civil Code is unconstitutional and anti-minorities. They say that UCC will not be acceptable to the Muslims because they will continue to follow their Sharia laws. In fact, the Muslim Personal Law Board says that UCC is being raked up to push the agenda of hatred and discrimination and is also being used as an attention diverter from issues like price rise, inflation and unemployment. So the big questions now. The enactment of Uniform Civil Code has been on BJP's agenda since Atal Bihari Vajpayee's days. In fact, it was a key poll plank in 1998. But now, with Ram Mandir and Article 370 as mission accomplished, all eyes would be on whether BJP will succeed in ticking its third box before 2024 elections. Bringing in Uniform Civil Code will not be easy, though BJP is trying to build its narrative through a well-oiled machinery. But if at all UCC is being pushed, it could trigger violence, agitation, social pushback, and even vicious politicking. So will implementing Uniform Civil Code be as easy as Ram Mandir or Article 370 is something to be watched. But for now, it sounds like an election rhetoric laced in progressive gender equality. Send us your feedback. Stay tuned to Deccan Herald. Thanks for watching.